Let's get one thing straight. The best pitch for a game is always a single glorious sentence. And Wanderburg's pitch is arguably the best I've heard so far this year. Control a castle on wheels that will eat everything in front of it. I'm sorry, what? A castle? On wheels? That's not a base, that's a siege engine with a mortgage. It's such a perfect, ridiculous premise that I had to jump into the playtest to see if the game could possibly live up to it. Is this the next great roguelite vehicle combat game? Or is it just a charming gimmick running on castle-shaped fumes? First off, Wanderburg understands its vibe immediately. This is not a grimdark war simulator. This is a tactical toy box. The world is a bright, low-poly diorama. All cheerful green plains, chunky trees, and peaceful farmlands. It looks like a peaceful model village you'd find in a hobby shop. And then you roll in. Your castle and every enemy fortress is this marvel of medieval engineering. We're talking knights on bikes, steam-powered gears, and broadside cannons straight off a pirate ship. It's a medieval shark tank, as the developers call it. And the art sells that fantastical, almost silly premise perfectly. My favorite detail? The tiny little crew members hanging on for dear life on the battlements. Watching them sway back and forth while you're trying to line up a cannon shot adds a layer of hilarious scale. You're not just a vehicle, you're a mobile disaster for vertically challenged people. And when the disaster happens, it's good. Hoovering up little farms and people, watching towers topple in a cloud of low-poly smoke, and seeing a satisfying golden shower of gold coins erupt from a defeated foe, it's deeply, physically satisfying. The visual chaos is clear, readable, and just plain fun to watch. So you're a castle on wheels. What do you actually do? Wanderburg's structure is smartly familiar. It's a roguelite. Each run, you start with a basic chassis and a dream. You drive across this toy landscape, hunting other mobile castles and yes, peacefully grazing villages for coins, the main resource. Combat is all about your module loadout. You slot weapons into hard points on your castle. Maybe you go for a frontal battering ram and side cannons for brawling. Or maybe you hang back with a central mortar and drop explosive mines behind you. The playtest shows a solid foundation of ability timing and positioning. Getting a full broadside of cannons on target feels fantastic, and kiting a bigger enemy over your mines is a legit tactic. The in-run progression is very Vampire Survivors-like. Defeat enemies, grab coins, and spend them to upgrade your active modules. Faster firing, more damage, shorter cooldowns. It creates that perfect just one more upgrade addictiveness. But the real goal is the bosses. These are massive castle behemoths that show up as you explore. Taking one down is a hectic multi-minute brawl where you're managing positioning, cooldowns, and your own structural integrity. And the reward is brilliant. Your castle literally grows bigger, gaining new hard points and more health. It's a power fantasy that's visually unmistakable. You start a run as the castle equivalent of a cottage. You can end it as a cathedral with anger issues.
Bye, have a great time!
Now, this is a playtest, not a final product. So what's the verdict on the promise versus the current reality? The promise is incredibly strong. The core loop of drive, fight, upgrade, grow is rock solid. The progression, unlocking new modules and whole new castle chassis between runs, is exactly what a good roguelite needs to keep you coming back. The Shark Tank setting is a font for endless creative enemy and boss designs. The playtest reality has the expected rough edges. Some tooltips are vague, balance is clearly a work in progress, and the sheer number of potential module combinations can feel overwhelming without more guidance. But the most important thing here is the feel is right. The driving is satisfyingly weighty, the destruction is crunchy, and the power growth is tangible. It's also worth noting this game is built to be accessible. The developers are boasting it's ready for potato, and in my testing it ran incredibly well. The handheld readable art isn't just cute, it's functional, making the chaos clear on any screen. You can play with mouse, keyboard, controller, they really want you in the driver's seat.
Okay, bye.
So, is driving a castle as fun as it sounds? In this playtest build, the answer is a resounding yes, but yes, the core fantasy is delivered in spades. Building your rolling fortress, experimenting with wild weapon combos, and growing into a kaiju-sized threat is an absolute blast. The art and destruction effects provide the perfect playful yet punchy wrapper for it all. The but is simply that it's unfinished. The scaffolding for a fantastic game is all here. The stone foundation is laid and the wheels are firmly attached. What's needed now is the interior decoration. More polish, more clarity, more module variety, and more of that deliciously weird world to explore. If you're a fan of roguelites, tactical action, or just really cool premises, Wanderburg is a playtest you should absolutely wishlist. It's not just a gimmick. It's a gimmick with a full, functional, and incredibly fun tank turret attached to it. I can't wait to see what this castle grows into by its full release. What do you think? Is a roaming castle your dream vehicle, or are you waiting for the Moat and Drawbridge DLC? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this early look, a like and subscribe helps. Next time, or in the near future, we may be wandering into a desolate world of cognitively challenged brute force structural engineers on a deadline. Or a morality simulator for the deeply pragmatic, where the question is never what is right, but is making armchairs out of people efficient? Can you guess what the options may be? Leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.